Hello again everyone, welcome back to another video on this wonderful platform we call the internet. So, we've finally gotten a trailer and release date for the new Mortal Kombat movie sequel, and well, let me just say right from the beginning that it actually looks surprisingly alright, you know? I'm not gonna say it's gonna be the best movie ever, but yeah. It just doesn't look that bad, really, so yeah, and to be honest, as some others have said, this should have been the first movie, and to be honest, I kind of agree. I mean, the previous one was alright, of course, had some issues, but it was better than what came before, Annihilation. You can even call that a movie, to be honest. So yeah, so firstly I guess I might just go through the issues with the first one. So I get that I try to go for an original-ish story of like before the tournaments begin and all that, and like, you know, establish a new original character, but he didn't really do much, this Cole Young character, so yeah, like, don't go trying to, well, not really that, but just like, they put in a new character, didn't really do much though, and was kind of useless, so, like, what was really the point of having this new character in there? Anywho though, yeah, so that's just one of the things, and the whole Arcana thing, it's sort of a mixed bag for me, like, for characters like Liu Kang and Kung Lao, it makes perfect sense, you know, the whole Arcana thing grants the combatants, I guess you could say, and the characters their abilities, but for characters like Jax and Sonya, they're more like a technological thing, if you know what I mean. Like, with Sonya it was weaponry on her wrist, and with Jax it was robotic arms, which, yeah, they are, but in the movie, he gets them through the whole magical Arcana thing. So, yeah, you know, but for characters like Liu Kang and Kung Lao, who we've never known how they get their abilities, you know, with this, it sort of makes sense in a way, you know, like, they got their Arcana and Liu Kang got the ability to use fire, and Kung Lao with, well, you know. So yeah, once again, that makes sense, but for others, not so much. So, yeah. And, like, the whole thing with, like, Sub-Zero when he first, like, attacks Cole and his family and all that, and Jax saves him, it was just, like, throwing down snowballs, really. Like, I mean, yeah, they were doing some damage and all that, you know, but they could have, like, gotten really creative with that, you know, like with like have them be the snowballs, right, and they smash down and they break into a million pieces, and then those pieces then fly everywhere, and then when they hit the ground and all that, they have like sharp ice spikes come up from the ground, like some of Sub-Zero's attacks in 11 and in MK11 and MK1, you know, and each shard that breaks apart and then lands somewhere else then makes more spikes, icicle spikes and shit like that, you know, like grow out from the ground and shit like that, you know. I could have gotten really creative with that, you know, done something like that, you know. So, yeah, there you have it. So those are just my few issues with it. I'm not going to say it's the worst movie ever, because it's not. But those were issues that I did have with it, among others, but yeah. And not that though, but like, yeah, with this new one, yeah, the trailer came out, you know, brought us Johnny Cage, Baraka, Noob Saibot, and several others and all that, so it's got a pretty neat roster, I would say, of characters and stuff, you know. So hopefully though this time they'll be more relevant to the story and have a proper use besides just being there, unlike in the first one. Like, for example, Natara, she was in the previous one and like did almost nothing and just was there to like get to become a victim for Kung Lao's razor hat to put on a show for a cool fatality, which was cool and all, but that's like all she was there for was just for that, and yeah, that sucked really. So yeah, so hopefully the rest of the characters will have more of a use for the story and won't just be like, you know, what I just mentioned with Natara in the first one. That's just an example. There's also Reiko and Cabal, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so looking forward to seeing what it's like. I'm not saying it's gonna be the best movie I've ever seen, but it looks pretty alright. So I'm looking forward to it, and well, I hope it's better than the first one. Like you know what I mean by now, right? So yeah. So like we've got some shots of Baraka, Jade, and stuff like that. You know, Baraka doesn't look that bad. Jade, it's odd seeing Jade without hair, but like I don't really care. The costume design looks the part, apart like the actual outfit itself. So yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what Johnny Cage brings to it all, because it seems as if like the trailers made him the focus of the movie, sort of like how Cole was the focus in the first one. Johnny Cage is going to be the focus in this one. Who knows? I don't really know because the movie isn't out yet, but that's just what the trailer is insinuating, I guess you could say. So yeah. Hopefully it's going to be good, and yeah, hopefully they fix the errors from the first one and actually deliver with this. So yeah, there you have it. So that's all I have to say really. So yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to be shit, and I'm not going to say it's going to be good either, but just from what I've seen in the trailer, it looks pretty good. So I have to wait for it to actually come out to see how good or bad it is. So, but from what I've seen so far, things look pretty alright, I guess. So yeah. Anyway though, thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.